At 68, I stood at a crossroads when my doctor warned me my blood sugar was flirting dangerously close to diabetes. I was perpetually thirsty, swollen, and exhausted, my body struggling to keep up. The prospect of relying on insulin for the rest of my life felt like a defeat I wasn't ready to accept. So, I made a vow. Before I hit 70, I'd take charge of my health, starting with what I drank. It's easy to obsess over food, but drinks can quietly sabotage or support your health, especially after 60. The wrong ones spike blood sugar, fuel inflammation, and sap energy, while the right ones stabilize glucose, curb cravings, and protect your pancreas. Through trial and error, I've built a daily routine of 7 drinks that have kept me off insulin, grounded in science, and simple enough for anyone to adopt. I've reordered them here to flow logically. From the hydration start. Water. I'll start with the most fundamental drink. Plain, clean water. It sounds almost too basic, but at 68, I've learned it's the most powerful tool in my arsenal. For years, I'd go half the day without a single glass, opting for coffee in the morning, soda at lunch, or juice, then wonder why I felt sluggish, achy, and foggy. I didn't realize dehydration doesn't always feel like thirst when you're older. It can show up as fatigue, headaches, or even elevated blood sugar. When your body's low on water, your liver clings to sugar to maintain energy, creating a dangerous loop for someone like me fighting to stay off insulin. Now, I drink a full glass first thing in the morning and keep a bottle with me all day. Nothing fancy, just water. The impact has been profound. My kidneys, which my doctor warned were starting to slip, now better flush out waste, including excess sugar. I've noticed fewer cravings for sweets, realizing what I thought was hunger was often just dehydration. My joints, once stiff and painful, feel more cushioned, making walking easier and sleep more restful. No medication has ever matched the results of consistent hydration. Water is my truest medicine, and I'd tell anyone over 60 struggling with blood sugar or fading energy, don't wait to feel thirsty. Make water a priority, not an afterthought. It's the foundation everything else builds on. Lemon water building on hydration. Lemon water has become my morning ritual, a simple reset that sets the tone for the day. It's just warm water with the juice of half a lemon, but its impact surprised me. I used to start my day with coffee and sugary creamer or orange juice, thinking it was a healthy choice. But those drinks, even juice, were packed with natural sugars, sometimes more than a can of soda. Swapping them for lemon water flattened my morning blood sugar spikes and curbed my cravings. Within days, I felt lighter, less bloated, and my mid-morning energy crashes vanished. Lemon water supports the liver, which is key to blood sugar regulation, especially after 60 when metabolism slows like an old truck in winter. The vitamin C, an antioxidant, helps reduce insulin resistance, and the hydration gently wakes the digestive system. I was amazed to find it also eased my joint pain. Those mornings of stiff knees and fingers that wouldn't bend became rare, maybe from better hydration or the drink's anti-inflammatory effects. I keep lemons on my kitchen counter, a constant reminder that small steps matter. No need for expensive juices or powders, just water, a lemon, and consistency. That's the real trick after 60. Stick with the good things, and your body starts thanking you in unexpected ways. Homemade chia water. In the afternoon, I turn to chia water to keep my blood sugar and energy steady. I used to dismiss chia seeds as a health fad you'd see in fancy stores or Instagram posts, but their ability to stabilize glucose won me over. I mix 1 tablespoon of seeds into a large glass of water, let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes until it forms a soft gel, and sip it slowly. The texture was odd at first, but the effect was immediate. I felt fuller, calmer, and didn't reach for snacks until dinner. Chia seeds are fiber powerhouses, creating a gel that slows carbohydrate digestion, preventing blood sugar spikes after meals. They're also packed with omega-3s, magnesium, and antioxidants, supporting my heart, brain, and joints. I've noticed better digestion, less bloating, and more regularity, which, let's be honest, is a blessing after 60. The drink also tames my afternoon cravings for salty or sweet snacks, which used to be a major source of hidden sugar. By reducing snacking, I've stabilized my energy and glucose levels. Chia water also boosts hydration, as the seeds act like sponges, helping my body absorb water better, a key factor since dehydration can worsen blood sugar control. I keep a jar of chia seeds next to my coffee, sometimes adding a splash of lemon or cucumber for flavor, though plain works fine too. It's cheap, simple, and a quiet way to care for myself with intention. Barley water. Another afternoon staple is barley water, a drink I hadn't heard of until a friend from the Caribbean mentioned it as a cooling remedy for sickness. It's a staple in places like India too, especially for older adults, and it's become a game changer for me. I boil pearl barley in water, strain it, and drink the liquid warm or cold, sometimes with a slice of lemon or a cinnamon stick for flavor. Its mild, nutty taste is easy to love, and its beta-glucan fiber acts like a sponge, slowing the absorption of sugar and cholesterol. This has steadied my blood sugar after meals, especially carb-heavy ones, and lowered my A1C and triglycerides. I've also noticed less swelling in my ankles and less stiffness in my hands, likely due to barley's anti-inflammatory compounds. It keeps me full, reducing cravings for bread or sweets, which is crucial when hunger and blood sugar get out of sync with age. You might feel hungry when you just need hydration or fiber, and barley water delivers both. I make a batch in the morning and store it in a pitcher in the fridge, sipping it with lunch to extend the meal's satisfaction. It's old school, simple, and fits seamlessly into my routine, like my morning walk or brushing my teeth. I wish I'd known about it sooner, but I'm grateful I found it when I did. Unsweetened green tea. After lunch, I sip unsweetened green tea to reset my afternoons. I used to think green tea was for people in commercials, not folks like me, who grew up on coffee and sweet tea. But at 68, with my glucose numbers climbing, I gave it a chance, and it surprised me. 1 cup after lunch leaves me less foggy, less sleepy, and less hungry. A compound called EGCG helps my body use insulin more effectively, moving sugar into cells instead of letting it linger in my bloodstream, causing trouble. Since it's unsweetened, it doesn't add to my sugar load. It works against it. I drink it hot in winter, cold in summer, using basic loose leaves or tea bags. At first, the bitterness was a hurdle, but my taste buds adjusted, and I started noticing less bloating, especially after heavier meals. Green tea acts like a gentle detox, calming digestion and curbing those 3 p.m. sugar cravings that used to hit like clockwork. Unlike coffee, which kept me up if I drank it after 2 p.m., green tea's light caffeine gives a lift without stealing sleep. Since poor sleep and blood sugar are partners in crime, this is a huge win. I keep a jar of brewed green tea in the fridge, right next to the milk, making it easy to grab. It's not about trends, it's about what works. For someone avoiding insulin, every small advantage counts, and green tea delivers more than it demands. Apple cider vinegar drink. Before dinner, my biggest meal, I drink a tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar in a large glass of water. When someone first suggested drinking vinegar, I thought they were joking. Who sips something that smells like pickles? But reading about its ability to control blood sugar spikes convinced me to try it. I started small, with a teaspoon before working up to a tablespoon to avoid stomach irritation. It's not love at first sip, but the results are worth every grimace. Apple cider vinegar acts like a gatekeeper, slowing how fast sugar enters the bloodstream after carbs, preventing that heavy, sleepy crash I used to feel post-dinner. I still enjoy rice or potatoes, but the vinegar helps my body handle them better, acting like a safety net on days I don't eat perfectly. It also curbs my appetite, fading my late-night urges to raid the kitchen for cookies or ice cream. That alone has saved me from countless sugar spikes and a few extra pounds. I use vinegar with the mother for its beneficial bacteria and enzymes, keeping it simple with just cold water, though some mix in lemon or cinnamon for taste. It's become a ritual, not a hack. Less magic, more like medicine I respect. Consistency is key. After a week or two, my glucose numbers steadied, and I felt the difference. For anyone trying to avoid insulin, this is a sacred tool, built one glass at a time. Cinnamon tea. I end my day with cinnamon tea, a warm, comforting drink that's become as routine as brushing my teeth. I simmer a Ceylon cinnamon stick in hot water with a squeeze of lemon, no sugar or honey needed. A neighbor swore it helped her blood sugar, and I was skeptical. Tea from a stick? But after trying it, I noticed my morning glucose readings were lower and more stable. Cinnamon mimics insulin, helping sugar move into cells instead of lingering in the blood, causing damage. It satisfies my sweet tooth without dessert, settles my stomach, and tames nighttime sugar spikes that used to plague me. I've also felt less joint stiffness, maybe from cinnamon's antioxidants, or because I'm not capping every meal with cake anymore. Either way, mornings are easier, and getting out of bed feels lighter. I use Ceylon cinnamon, milder and safer for long-term use, boiling one stick in 2 cups of water for 10 minutes. Sometimes I add a chamomile tea bag for extra calm. It's cheap, simple, and effective. A quiet ally that burns steady. At 68, I've learned that small flames like this make all the difference. No fireworks needed. These 7 drinks, water, lemon water, chia water, barley water, green tea, apple cider vinegar, and cinnamon tea, form the rhythm of my day. They're not quick fixes or costly cures, but intentional habits that have steadied my blood sugar, eased my joint pain, and restored my energy. At 68, I've had my share of warnings. Days when swelling made buttoning my shirt a struggle. Nights spent wondering how I let my health slip so far. But I had a choice, one that didn't demand money, clinics, or perfection. It required showing up, day after day, with small, deliberate choices. A glass of chia water instead of soda, cinnamon tea instead of dessert, water as my constant companion. My numbers no longer ride a roller coaster. My joints don't scream each morning. I walk farther without gasping for breath. These changes didn't come from a doctor's office. They came from my kitchen, from respecting the life I want to live, and the body that still shows up for me. If you're over 60, feeling your energy fade or your blood sugar climb, hear this. It's not too late. Your body still responds. The world pushes powders and promises, but real health lies in rhythm, not rescue. Choose your cup as carefully as your plate. Treat your body with gentleness, not guilt, and the game changes. You stop chasing healing and start living it. If this resonates, don't let it be a fleeting thought. I'm no guru, just a man learning to live better, sharing what works. Stick with it, and let's keep learning, healing, and growing stronger together. You're not broken, and you're not too late.